Good evening YouTube, this is Jacob again from Team Pyramid. Today I want to show you my Lightsworn deck profile, so before anything else let's get straight into it. So when I play my Lightsworn deck profile, I like to make sure that my opponent has to play the way I want to play. I like the fact that with this deck you can go fast and you hit them hard. I like that. So I run 3 Raidens. Raiden is a great card to start your plays. You go ahead, summon him, pitch 2, and then it gets 200. It gets 300 extra attack for any light if you mill a Lightsworn until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then you go ahead and mill 2 at the end of your turn. Great card to start your plays. I then run 3 Lila, take care of my opponent's back row, and then I can go ahead and mill 3 at the end of my turn. I then run 3 Aaron. You'll see why I run 3 of her later on in the video. However, I run 3 because she enables extra plays for me, and she makes it so I can go ahead and get over big boss monsters by shuffling them back into the deck. You'll see what I mean later on. I then run 2 Feluses. It's good, however, you want it in the graveyard. This is why I only run 2. You want it in the graveyard. You want to be able to go ahead and clear it from your deck without drawing it, and again it's stuck in your hand. Exactly the same with Wolf. Wolf you don't want in your hand, you want it milled from your deck to the graveyard. I then run Lumia, 1 Groth, 1 Castell. I then run 2 Eclipse Wyverns. This card, when this card is milled or sent to the graveyard, so it's either from your deck, field, anywhere, hand, as long as this card is sent to the graveyard, it will then trigger its effect, which will go ahead and banish any dragon monster from your deck, and that will go ahead and it has to be light or dark, and it gets banished. When Eclipse Wyvern has been banished, you get to go ahead and add that dragon that was banished from its effect to your hand, which is really good considering I run 3 Fairy Tale Snow, which I would say is the best card in this deck. Without a second thought, this card is the best card in the deck. Gets over troublesome boss monsters. Obviously, it's not that good during links. Obviously, link monsters you can't flip face down. However, when you've got like Superconductor Tyranno, I play quite a few tier 2 decks. So when you're playing things like Dark Magician and you've got the magicians on the field, when you've got blue eyes and you've got people playing blue eyes and you've got people with blue eyes on the field, and you just got no way around them, you can banish cards from your graveyard, pitch it face down. That's when Aaron comes in. Obviously, Aaron then you can attack. As soon as it attacks, at the start of the damage step, shuffles the opponent's monster back into their deck. So it don't even target, it just shuffles, and it don't send. So it's really good that way. Obviously with Fairy Tale, because you're milling to the graveyard, she's always active, and then you're banishing a lot to your from your graveyard. So you do sort of run out of deck pretty quickly. However, I run 2 Necro Faces, so that takes care of that, because when you're running ahead and you're always got a Fairy Tale Snow active, so you're banishing, this will go ahead and return all your banished monsters from your graveyard, from your banished pile, back to your deck, not to your graveyard, to your deck. Your deck is then shuffled, and it gains 100 attack for each banished card returned. That includes your opponents. So this card can get phenomenally strong for a level 4 monster. I then run, it wouldn't be a Lightsworn deck without running Judgment Dragon. I run 2. Obviously, it's really good. You say no more. You literally pay 1,000, nuke the field. However, you don't really want to nuke your own Judgment Dragons, which is why I only run 2. So that's it for the monsters. Getting into the spells. I run 2 Realm of Lights. Like I said, this deck mills a lot. When you mill, you get a counter. When you get a counter, it goes ahead and increases attack by 100. I run 2 Monster Reincarnations. Like I said, mills a lot. With any mill deck, it's not predictable what you're going to mill. So if you mill a Judgment Dragon or say a Necro Face, and you need to recur your banished pile, but you've milled your last copy of Necro Face, activate, pitch a Wolf. That way, Wolf's out your hand. Go ahead, bring Necro Face back, activate a Fairy Tale Snow, banish everything. Go ahead, summon Necrophage, bring everything back. Then I run 2 Charge with our Light Brigade. I would be running 3, however I forgot it's at 3, which is why I'm only running 2 at the moment. I want 1 Solar Recharge for draw power. I want 1 Barrel from the Different Dimension. And 1 Reinforcements of the Army. So, now getting into my spells. Like I said, I'm quite an aggressive duelist. I like being able to take on my opponent's monsters. I like being able to shut them down. So, even if I have a weak monster on the field, I always like to have a backup. So I run 3 Luminize in here, so that way my monster, when they attack, gets a power boost. Can't ask for more than that. I run 2 Anti-Spell Fragrances. I notice this deck struggles a lot against your opponent. Obviously, if they can go ahead and they activate their spell cards, you've got no way around that. That enables so many people's decks with so many plays. I run also 1 Royal Decree. When you're playing against Paleo, it stops the deck. Just stops it. They might as well scoop. GG, no re. Okay, so that's it for the extra. That's it for the main deck. I do run part of a extra deck. I don't really run much. I just run some cards that are fun to play with. So I run 1 number 98 Antitopia. Obviously, like I said, when the opponent's monster attacks, detach, flip it face down. Run 1 Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is brilliant and a staple in any level 4 deck. I then run 1 Gargoyle Cowboy. The 800 in defense has never come up, but if it did, I've got it there. I then run 3 Photon Papri Operatives. I like the fact that this combos off well with, obviously, Fairy Tale Snow. You can bring your Fairy Tale Snow out, it's level 4, flip your opponent's monster face down, exceed it with, rank it up with another level 4 to get your Papri Operative. Activate your Papri Operative, pitch your Fairy Tale back to the grave, so that way you've got her active again, as long as there's cards enough in there. Then, once you've activated Papri Operative, it flips your opponent's monster from defense back to attack, because it face up attack position, but it's 600 less. So I like the fact it combos off with that. It's really good. I quite enjoy playing that. When you play that, you should see the faces of some people. So that's really it for my Lightsworn deck. If you want to see any cards put in there, or if you've got any ideas, please leave a comment below. If you've got any ideas for future videos, please leave a comment below. And if you liked the video, please leave it a thumbs up. And if you really liked it, please subscribe. I'm trying to make a video once a day. There will be live duels coming up soon. Me and my other teammates, we are planning and working this out. Obviously, it's trying to get around like work and everything. But thank you very much. This is Jacob signing out.